I'm upset. I am very upset right now because The World's End. I want to see this more than anything. When I heard that they finally were making it, for those of you who don't know, Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost all have collaborated to make three. They said they were going to make 3 films. First film was Shaun of the Dead. Second film, Hot Fuzz. Both of these films I loved. I love these films more than anything. And when I heard that they were making a third one, and they were going to call it the Three Flavors Cornetto Trilogy, I was like, yes, all right. But then we had to wait, and we waited, and we waited, and now it's finally out. It's finally here. And it's nowhere within driving distance for me. Yeah, that's why I'm angry. It is nowhere within driving distance for me to go and watch it. What can I say? I mean, I was so excited for this, and then when I found out none of the theaters in my area, or even within a 300-mile radius, is getting this film, I was angry. Needless to say. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to drive 6.5 hours just to watch a movie. I can't afford that. I'm dirt poor. But anyway, I figured I might as well do a short review on something. What's a new movie that just came out in this area? Oh, God. Another home invasion movie. Come on. I mean, honestly, we had The Purge earlier this year, which I praised for. It had a pretty crazy look at the future, a possible future, and it remained overall suspenseful throughout. I mean, I liked it, but honestly, I've seen some of these home invasion films, and this one doesn't look any different. And why should I approach it any different? I mean, honestly, there's no way that this film could possibly be it. Be right back. I was wrong. I was wrong. This film was actually really good. Surprisingly good. Okay. Short review on your next. Starting off, I had low expectations. I cannot tell you how low my expectations were for this film. I didn't do any research on it because I saw the preview and I was just like, oh God, here we go again. I'm gonna go through all the horror cliches and all this, And, well, I just didn't have any expectations for it. None. I went into this with with the lowest possible expectation. There's going to be another slasher film. You know, I'd get a few laughs out of it. Like from Friday the 13th, I'd get a few laughs out of it. I'd get a few gore jumps, and there'd be gore everywhere and all this. But I didn't expect anything. I really didn't. When the movie starts up, we are treated to some very dark, some very risque comedy. And people were laughing. It had people chuckling. And I admit, I was caught off guard by it too. I was expecting, just straight up horror all throughout. But no, this actually has a heart to it and actually has effort put into it and it's rather inventive in some ways. Anyway, the opening scene. It's a good setup. It's a good exposition into the primary story. And for those of you who see, and for me at first, I saw that how is this relevant to the plot? It panned out. It panned out when things were later exposed. Most of the actors in this I've never seen before. I really haven't. I really can't draw any conclusions except for one. Sharni Vinson, who plays the female lead. And she's using her actual Australian accent, and she actually has a really cool backstory and everything. But anyway, Sharni Vinson, I remember her from Step Up 3. Yes, from Step Up 3 to You're Next. That's a heck of a jump. I mean, you go from a dance movie to a horror movie, and they... Anyway, what do I know? Anyway, Sharni Vinson, she's really good in this. I like her character a lot. I really didn't know what to expect from her character at first, and then when her character actually started becoming the primary focus, you actually realize, wow, she's actually a good character. She actually has a heart to her, and a lot of the actors in this actually put their heart into it, and I hope that this leads to bigger and better roles, because some of the actors in this playing the other characters were really good. Like Sharni Vinson's fiance in the movie. I forget his name, but he's really good. Just a lot of good supporting acts all around, and the suspense is really well pulled off. The horror is really well pulled off, and there's some pretty good twists and turns in the story that truthfully I didn't see coming, and it really kept me on my toes, and I didn't know where it was going to go. Final thoughts. Never judge a book by its cover. I'll admit, when I first heard about this film, I had no, like I said, I had no expectations. But now, surprisingly, I did research after I watched it, and turns out that this was directed by Adam Wingard. And turns out he directed portions of the certain portions of the VHS movies, VHS 1 and 2, which are two very good horror anthology movies. I suggest them for any horror fans out there who are seeking something different. Go watch them. He directed certain segments of them, and I liked his segments in them in VHS 1 and 2, and it shows up here as well. Done really well, very well pulled off, and I hope and pray that he continues to find success, because this film mixed in some good comedy and some good dark humor, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I would suggest this film for almost anybody who is of age. This film is rated R after all. There is nudity, there is graphic violence, there is a lot of bad language, and but anyway, this is Nate. This has been a short review. And go watch this movie. I was really surprised by it. Go watch it. You're Next. It's a good movie. The critics' consensus isn't lying. Hey, have fun. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.